welcome to First Take. Happy Monday to you. Shay Cornett here with you. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins in New York. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Jay Will is here as well.
What's up, baby?
Good morning. What's up, everybody?
What's up, peeps? What's up, peeps? How y'all doing?
Okay.
Doing good.
Okay, I was wondering what the energy was.
I see you with the brown on today.
No. The energy was here. You know what I'm saying? I was just running around, taking care of my tea and bagel and all that other stuff. I'm here, bro. I'm here for you. I'm here.
He's here. He's ready. He's got his breakfast and his tea ready to go. We're ready to go, too.
I see that look in his eyes, though. I see that look in his eyes.
Let's get to it. Here we go. To the Cavs. Last night, they rolled. They beat that one seed in the Eastern Conference with ease by 31 points. The Pistons struggled to keep up for most of the game. Were behind as many as 35 in the second half. On their home floor, by the way. The Cavs had production from all over. Jared Allen, Sam Merrill each put up 23 points. Evan Mobley had a double-double. And Donovan Mitchell put up 26. Here was Mitchell after the Cavs punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals on how he's feeling.
A breath of fresh air. But like you said, we didn't just come here that wasn't the goal when we started the season. Personally and as a team, we can breathe a little bit, but in the same token, we can only breathe for about 12 hours and then get right back to it.
That's right. 12 hours is about right because they're going to face the Knicks tomorrow night. So let's go back to last night, though. What statement did Spida and the Cleveland Cavaliers make?
Statement? Say we're not going to do this Monday morning. Statement? No, it wasn't no statement.
They beat him by 30.
It wasn't a statement. Look, this team came into the postseason under the most pressure out of any other team in the NBA to get it done. Also, in the second apron, this team was. So they was all the way in. We're talking about a team that's full of all-stars, right? Mobley, James Harden, Jared Allen that made an all-star game before. Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus that went to the NBA Finals. That wasn't a statement. They was under pressure. They had to go in there and handle their business the way that they did. And to be honest with you, when you look at it, I'm looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers and I'm saying, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. When you think about where they are and where they could possibly be and what they how they traded Darius Garland to bring in James Harden, this team should be thinking way past just making it to the conference finals. Right? I know that was our expectations or my expectations for them, but their expectations still should be trying to win the NBA championship. When you have a former defensive player of the year in Evan Mobley, you have a guy in Donovan Mitchell who has made multiple or several all-NBA squads. James Harden, greatest scorer of all time. That wasn't no statement win for last night. They didn't make a statement. That was something they were supposed to do.
Okay, that's true. But they did win by 30 on the road against the number one seed in the East. Nonetheless, they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, with all due respect, Big Perk, why don't you be fair? Why don't you be fair? Why don't you be fair this morning? Why don't you be nice? You understand what I'm saying? This Monday morning, you understand the sun is shining, at least where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, life is all right. You can't have it both ways. You can't look at Donovan Mitchell and religiously bring up the fact that he hasn't made it to a conference finals. And then he goes and he plays the way that he played, not just scoring, but setting up Jared Allen and Evan Mobley the way that he's doing, playing a pristine game the way that he did yesterday. And don't give him credit for that. The Eastern Conference Finals hasn't started yet. Of course, they got to be about trying to get to the finals. You got him, you got James Harden, you got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley who combined for about 44 points with 63% shooting and about 19 rebounds. And really with Jared Allen imposing his will and these big boys showing they can play like big boys when they need to. That was very, very important against a team that was considered physical and elite defensively like the Detroit Pistons. So I give them credit where credit is due. But I'm saying on this day, to lose a Game 6 in Cleveland the way that they did, to have all the noise reverberating all over the place about what they haven't, what they need to do in a Game 7, particularly considering what was at stake and the fact that he hadn't made a conference finals. Looking at the way James Harden played, because James Harden had another Game 7 where he did not perform well at all, but that was not the case with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell showed up and played like we expect a star in this league to play in a Game 7. You know what I'm saying? We won't get on Cade Cunningham, but so much because obviously he's relatively young and what have you. And we know he didn't have much help offensively. He had an awful game yesterday too. But in the end, when you look at Donovan Mitchell and the noise, particularly coming from people like yourself and many others, Big Perk, about Donovan Mitchell needing to make a conference final, needing to show up. give credit where credit is due on this particular morning. Tomorrow, when the series start with the New York Knicks, all right, that's the goal. It's not enough to get there. But today, this morning, fresh off the Game 7, the brother answered the call.
Answer
Period.
what call? Answer what call?
He showed up in the Game 7 and closed the deal and got to his first conference final.
Listen to me.
I just answered it.
Listen to me.
I just
you don't
answered
have to
it.
get all truculent this morning. All I'm telling you.
There you go, using the word again. You're using that word again. I got it. You got the word.
Whatever. I like the word. This in my vocabulary now. So what? Do something about it. Here's the thing. Was they not the biggest disappointment last postseason? Having
Yes.
the best record in the Eastern Conference, I believe. And all of a sudden getting knocked out, what was it, in the second round by the Indiana Pacers? Did they not have expectations last year to make it to the conference finals? So we're not about to sit up here and lower the bar and lower the standard and sit up here and give, and do jumping jacks and cartwheels and splits because they made it to the conference finals. We're talking about, listen, it's about winning championships. Well, it's about winning championships.
Yeah.
You think Dan Gilbert paying all that money in the luxury tax? Hey, you think Dan Gilbert paying all that money in the luxury tax just to get to the conference finals?
SA?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, then.
Okay. I'm going to have to, look.
I'll deal with you in a second. I'm just letting you.
Giving credit is different than it being a statement. I look at two different things.
Okay.
I'm giving Donovan Mitchell a lot of credit, especially the way he came out of the gate early. A statement is something they could do against the New York Knicks. That, to me, is a statement on what they could. We all sat up here and talked about Detroit looking tired, knowing that they got to get Cade Cunningham some help. And it showed itself. The last two games, it showed itself. I mean, Cade exploded. Game 6, Game 7, they looked tired. They looked beat up. So I'm giving Donovan Mitchell credit for what he did because he showed up. He did his thing. I would even make this case to you. I don't even think Donovan Mitchell, if you look at his demeanor and how he was post-game, I think Donovan Mitchell expected to be there. Because he knows, everybody's like, oh, yeah, you did your thing. He's like, yeah, it's fine. Good 12 hours. Even look at all the stuff he says in the post-game. Kenny Atkinson's like, yeah, we got to give you all the credit, Donovan. I know you don't like it. You get a chance to go back home. He's like, yeah, this is cool. 12 hours from now, we got to get in a plane. He knows what's next. So credit is one thing, but statement feels way bigger and colossal. They have an opportunity to have a statement against the New York Knicks.
Well, I didn't know that statement was confined to just one game or one category. You know what? Listen, you lose a Game 6 in Cleveland looking as anemic as they looked. A lot of us have written them off. We said, damn, you're going back to Detroit for Game 7. Y'all done blew this. Here you are again going home before a conference finals. Here's yet another season where you will not have gone to the conference finals. And then you go out there and you bust their ass the way that you did. Excuse me, I kind of think that's a statement. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't bigger statements to make down the line. I'm just simply making the point that if we made all of that noise about Donovan Mitchell coming into the Game 7, particularly how flat they looked Game 6, then we got to give credit where credit is due because James Harden didn't show up and do what he's capable of doing yet again for Game 7. We didn't see that from him. Thank God you had Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell started off being a playmaker, started off getting to the hole, wasn't looking for his J, was getting to the rack, doing what he was supposed to do, setting stuff up for his big boys and everybody else. I'm saying look at him being as composed as he was, handling his business in that Game 7 the way that he did. If we're going to make noise about going into the Game 7, then we got to give him credit where credit is due for answering the call. And I get what you're saying, Jay. I understand that. So I'm good with it. I'm just saying, to me, he made a statement yesterday. You know what? The expectations that we have for you are justified. Now, show it again this coming series in the conference finals, which I hope he doesn't, by the way, because I'm rooting for my Knicks. But the bottom line is that he showed up yesterday in a Game 7, and I got to give him credit where credit is due on the road.
Okay. Well,
Hey, can I ask one quick question?
Yes, go ahead.
Because I've heard it twice now from SA and the whole James Harden thing.